Do 1 more hour tonight. What time is it? 10:10. Oh, barbarians, a thrall, some reavers, and a drummer. Considering that I'm after greenskins here, I'm not going to bother. Are these our boys? Please be orcs. I hate fighting goblins. Goblin raiders. And I've got some ambushes. Puke. I didn't sell that other winged mace, did I? If I did, that was a big mistake. One of these other lads is carrying the other winged mace. I had 2, did I? Oh, there it is. Okay, good. It is, but what sucks about this is I'm most likely going to have to just plonk forward and just eat a whole lot of... fuck. Eat a whole lot of goblin arrows. These level 4 lads are going to struggle. There's only 3 range defense. You don't take Burning Bush into that. He's not going to do well. Oh, I fucking hate goblins so much. And looks like I'm going to have to fight them on Hilly Grind. Goddamn shaman. You've heard stories of these foul gits being able to trick the minds of men. You now wonder if Duke Walram von Periwinger, your employer, was fooled into bringing you here. Nah, surely not, right? Bombs! It's only some ambushes, it's 5 of them. Oh, that's such a lucky break. We needed that. And they're sprinting towards us, which is wonderful. If I can get my front line into contact with their front line before I get shamaned. It's like, I don't even bother trying to shoot these guys. Just get your axe out. Start axing. That was a nice bit of luck. I'm glad for this. Yeah, so 1 shot with a crossbow. Holy fuck. And then throwing axe.
Woo, you know you did.
Sealant. He's only level 10, 93 range skill. The damage of these heavy throwing axes. Fucking outstanding. Look upon these dead gobbos and tremble, you green pieces of shit. That was beautiful to see. Very happy with that. Ah, damn it, Samo. Dodge, boys, get him! I gotta stop auto-ending the turn like that. I keep fucking making that mistake. And like, I want to release dogs to get the dogs onto the ambushes, but the ambushes just quick hands to a little notched blade. And then 2-shot or 1-shot your dogs. Just run at him, Cabo. Yeah, you better run, you little piece of shit. So I'm sitting on that one piece of unhold armor upgrade, but I'm gonna hang on to that until I can afford some noble mail, I reckon. And then we'll give it to our most important person, which is Trevor Belmont. Damage. Fucking little dodgy shit. Oh fuck, tree in the way there, boulder, I didn't see that. Is this gonna make him fall? Bonk. It's always entertaining. I don't know, it's such a small thing, but that always tickles me. Honestly, if these guys and the shaman just flee, I'm very happy with that. Third unhold. You mean the third unhold, the armor upgrade, which lowers armor piercing damage. That for me, I would be most keen to put onto this legendary heavy armor, because I feel like the armor piercing damage hurts my heavy armor wearing guys the most, because they don't have the benefit of nimble to protect their hit points. And it's going to look great as well. I'll have to replace that wolf armor, of course, but... And we just got a second guy who can actually wear heavy armor, so that's good. Get him, lads. Get him. Oh, these little goblins die so good. Get one shot, you nerd. Can I throw it on there? No matter. I mean, I know it was only a one skull, but I never underestimate goblins. These little fucks. I remember one of my earliest campaigns where I had a hedge knight who was a fucking beast, but I didn't get his hit points high enough. I think he had 60 hit points. He had 300 and 300 head and body armor. And I run him up towards one of these little ambushes who's got height advantage. Quick hands to notched blade. Stab, stab, dead. These little fuckers are the worst. They do have very amusing little death cries. Ah! It reminds me of that Gremlins movie. Remember that little... What was he called again? That little fairy thing, and then when you get him wet at night, he turns into a gremlin. What was that little thing's name? It's gonna bug me now. Someone's got to know this. I'm not thinking... Not Quasimodo, that's the Hunchback. Well, all I have to do is upload this video to YouTube, and then some smart YouTube commenter will know what I'm thinking of. Gizmo. I should know that. My Jack Russell is called Gizmo. Gizmo. I've got to watch Gremlins again. That was a good movie. You know what? We even chase these things because they're running. Gizmo, yeah. That, and another classic movie was Little Shop of Horrors. Man-eating plant. Feed me, Seymour. I'll watch that again someday. Right, we're almost done here. Job, boys. Conserve ammo, if you please. Okay, just some junk. The little nets are nice. That's a nice bonus. Fucking goblins. Disgusting. I'm not down with racism, unless it's goblins. Filthy little things. Seems like a decent candidate for a dodgy build, especially considering how low his hit points are. Especially with iron lungs. Do it. Make him dodgy. He's only going to get, what, 66 at the moment, but I reckon that'll go a long way to offset his low number. So level 5, if he gets Colossus, and then Dodgy at 6, and Nimble at 7, then he'll be very, very, very survivable. And then at 8, he'll get Mace Specialization. And then at level 8, he can go to the front line. So important we keep Forrest alive. Sealand hit level 11, as if he wasn't enough of a badass already. Let's think about this. It's not just... he definitely needs Recover and Bags and Belts. That's really the only two options. I've already got most of my damage out of him. Bags and Belts and Recover. Now he can carry more throwing weapons. And Poisoned Oil even. The +4 on range defense is tempting, but I think he's got plenty range defense already. Loads of fatigue. It's got 75 as a nice round number. I mean, Killing Frenzy is good, but the thing is, here's why I don't have space for Killing Frenzy, because I've made him a hybrid. If I didn't make him a hybrid, I would have had a free point for Killing Frenzy. And as you guys saw, with the damage he was doing with his heavy throwing axes, he already has plenty. Yeah, I get you, Hillhome, but I mean, this was especially because I wanted someone who can fight against undead as well. And like the thing is, I'll put it this way: if he was a car, building him this way gives him less top speed, but it gives him more torque, if that makes sense. Like more lower. He was more effective earlier on because the throwing weapons are so good, and just these heavy throwing axes are fucking incredible. I mean, remember, he can throw, if he's throwing at 2 squares away at an unarmored target, he's doing 70 damage per javelin, and he throws 2 of them. It's 140 damage that turn. Whereas even with Berserk, you can't shoot twice, I don't think. Or you can shoot twice every second turn. You'll see when I actually eventually get archers, I'll build them a little bit differently. My archers will be pure archers, and they won't have throwing weapon. And they'll be built more conservatively and more... traditionally, they'll have Killing Frenzy, they'll have Berserk, they'll have Bullseye. Their job is just to bullseye the enemy archers behind the enemy's lines. So who is it that's got to sit out again? It is Vex, I think. Where is he? Vex Wolf. Throwing whip hybrid is going to be very hard, because I mean, if you look at my whip guy, Trevor Belmont, he's my best melee skilled dude, and the whip is all about the melee skill. So then you're going to have to throw all your points into melee skill. If you're going to put points into throwing whip ranged skill, then for him to be good with his throwing weapon, then you've got one other stat that you can buff up, like fatigue. He's going to have low hit points, he's going to have very low defense. I mean, you could make him a shield expert, but like, I mean, I'm getting all the whip usage I need out of my torturer build, which is this pretty much. Cleaver Mastery, I believe, applies to... I remember hearing that Cleaver... Oh, yeah, so Cleaver Mastery doesn't lower the fatigue of Whip, but it does give you extra bleeding. Subspits. So it does synergize with the Cleaver, which I like. I mean, if you want to build a throwing weapon guy, my advice would be to build this hybrid guy. He shoots his crossbow until the enemies are in throwing weapon range, and then just goes to work with his throwing weapons. In all honesty, I probably could have skipped crossbow mastery. I don't really need it. I mean, the extra 20% damage inflicted with crossbows ignoring armor is great. But in retrospect, I wouldn't have given him crossbow mastery. He doesn't need it. He's just using the crossbow while enemies are closing into range. Instead of crossbow mastery, I could have given him killing frenzy. And we'll build our next crossbowman that way. Right, enough talk. Time to kill things. Whip Cleaver Duelist. Ooh, that could be pretty damn good. Just remember that you are not going to get any usefulness out of Duelist with the Whip, because the Whip, it would turn that 20% ignores armor into 35, and it's got such low base damage. It's effectively useless against armor. But that's fine. It's a good weapon. What, Headhunter on the crossbowman? Yeah, that's absolutely right. Headhunter is great. But looking at the way he is now, if I could change anything, I would, yeah, I would take away crossbow mastery and give him killing frenzy. That's 130. There's 145, 130, 130, 130, 130. What am I looking at here? Let's see. I don't need that. It's a nice little setup, this, I think. Yeah, then Ruskar can switch and then move forward if he needs to. Creeper Jack. Do we not have a spare crossbow for you, my friend? I could give you the hunting bow, suppose. If he had quick hands, I'd be happy to have him use a ranged weapon while the enemies close in, but no. His job is to bash nerds' heads in with that flanged mace. For God's sake, let's head south, get this ambition done. Ideally, I need a patrol mission in the south that will have me patrolling, and then I can go harvest the orc heads and get paid for each head as well. Let's see. I not need here. Junk, 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 junk. Note to self, stop at a taxidermist and upgrade those. Good. That's right, I do still need to be on the lookout for Saleh helmets. Leather scale for 1200, is that worth buying? Would I give it to? I need loads of better armor up front than this stuff. I could get a third set of bone plating on top of leather scale. No. The next bit of money is earmarked for a two-handed warhammer. Another battle whip. Fencing sword. I could buy the pole hammer and then have one of my hammer users in the back line use that, but that's all of my money. Well, Mad Chemist, you might have seen some of that actually in that fight against the zombies with my Torturer. That's actually great with quick hands because you got 9 AP, you use 5 to disarm, use you with 4, you quick hands, so you can swing your cleaver and disarm every turn. Really good. So what is this? Star hold shake, particularly bold hold shake, first one time. This is fighting against more Hexen. That's 2,000 gold, that's really good, but how many Hexen are we talking about here? I'm gonna think about it. I'll be right back. You dude, stay right there. We'll be right back. Run away, boys. Come, give me a nice escort mission down to the south. Like, as good as the pole hammer is from the back line, it just doesn't compare in terms of the raw damage output of a two-handed warhammer. We cleared out a ruin and got this bitter spanker. Now, Endarion, who's our sergeant, is eventually going to be a flail-using, heavy armor-wearing sergeant on the back line. And he will shoot a crossbow, and then if he has to go into melee range, he can use the bitter spanker. What is this? Secure tilted tombstones. Fuck yeah, I'll do that. It's good pay. Dumb. Don't need that dumbass. This should be a fight that I can get my level 1 in. I don't think I need my sergeant on this one. But we'll see what it is. If there's Geist, then obviously I need him. Let's see. You stumble upon a few men trying to crack open a mausoleum door. Clinking your sword against your boot gets their attention. Evening, gents. A Leibwin of Horn sent me. One of the men drops his tools. Wait just 1 second. We have a map. Yes, a map. If you spare us, I'll give it to you. Only if you spare us. If you don't, you'll need to see the map. I've got to kill them because I don't have a historian to read the map. So this is going to be brigands. For a second there I thought about whether I should maybe give kite shields. Just hunting bows so far. Oh, fuck, they're not coming towards us really. Whoa, a hedge knight, holy shit. Okay, they are coming towards us, so that's good. Looks like we don't have to return and come back at night. We're gonna dagger the shit out of that dude. I need Shitberta and Silius Sodus as the dream team to take him on. You know what? Rather quick hands and shield break. Oof, 2 tier 2 crossbows. Ouchie. I tend to not bother trying to break those kite shields. They're so fucking hard to break. I think it takes like 2 or 3 or 4 swings actually with the Dane axe. Samo, you don't have quick hands, do you? See, I wish I was using the noble sword. Fuck, there's an angle there on Creeper Jack. Okay, perfect. This dude is almost ready to be surrounded. Ruskar. I might want to move forward and smash with that warhammer. There's just 2 swords there. It's got nimble. Oh, God, that's scary. 11%. Okay, it's not too high. I was expecting higher during the day. Now, why aren't the rest of them charging us? Yeah, this is bad. Oh, great shot. A pierced hand as well. Lower that ranged skill. Yes. Oh, fuck, I forgot to reload. What's the matter with me? Yes, charge us. Please charge us. Come on, boys. Another detail. I didn't equip those throwing nets. Oh, I really should have done that. Shit like that gets guys killed. It's like... I love about spears. Riposte, whatever. Doesn't matter. Yes, good hit. Are you all watching? See what happens when you fight the 13th Legion. Die. Shit, now I've ended turns with these lads. And I gotta stay here now. I can't have them exposed. Shit. Oh, close. It's ammo. Need to replace that dude. Ah, shit. Well, it's only an arming sword. That's not too bad. And he rather obligingly went ahead and riposted, so I can just ignore him. Oh, God! Great hit. We? That running around us like that is new behavior for this enemy type. I'm pretty sure I've only started seeing that since one of the recent updates. I don't mind it. It makes it so much easier to fight them because I mean they're just spending turns running around rather than actually, you know, doing damage to me. So fine by me. You run at them, Cable Beast. Good lad. You I want to go there. Okay, that wasn't the target I had in mind, but that works. Unlucky burning bush. So I don't think I've actually... I still need to fight Geists with new AI. But if they are coming towards us more often, then I'm very pleased with that. Fuck. And Hedge Knight is so hard to hit. Oh, fatigue, shit. Okay, interesting choice. God, Nimble is amazing. That's a tier 2 crossbow bolt to the head that did how much damage? 61, it's 14 damage. Fuck! Oof! Gotta get Eric Thread out of there. I mean, Nimble's good, but it's not that good. Psych! I need to actually double rotate here, unfortunately. Hopefully that ends up saving Eric the Red there. Hilham, just make sure you give the whip to someone who's got the skill to use it, though. Get fucking shit mixed, son. Resurrect, you need to run away bravely. I think he doesn't have Nimble yet. Yeah, you see, he's... The guys who are pre-level 7, gotta be so much... I need to be more careful with them. They can get deaded so quickly. Now, Eric Thread is also one hit away from dying here, so... Do I just go all-out attack, or do I shield up? I think I'll go all-out attack, yeah, because he's close to dying anyway. And that flail would bypass the extra defense from shielding up. Finally, we get him. This is awkward. Kind of stand there, Burning Bush. Fucking die! Oh, Sparrow 4. How many is that in a row now? That's 3 shots in a row you've missed. And that was 76. Unlucky. Get fucking murdered. Dude, I'm surprised how much I'm loving Blood Bowl. I can't wait to play my next match this week. But I was a bit lucky in that first game. I mean, I do think it was close. It wasn't a dicing by any stretch of the imagination, but I definitely got the better of the dice rolls. I'm happy with how I played overall in that game. Oh, crunch. Well, there's a bunch of lads in our league who have played less than 10 hours, so... Huge amount of experience. It's not mandatory. I sure do, Mad Chemist. Started a little league as well. Week 1 of the league is just happening now. We're waiting for one final pair to play. And then it's the next group. I rolled. We all rolled for teams randomly. I got Chaos, and I was able to beat. Who did I play against? Forget now. What was that? It was Chaos against who? Oh, Orcs. Orcs. I beat the Orcs 2-1. Blood Bowl's fucking great, but I think having the right mentality is so important. Like I've spoken about this before, but I'll raise the point again. I'm pretty convinced that most people will. Oh, what the fuck's the matter with me? Will start playing Blood Bowl, and then get, let's say, I don't know, maybe 10 hours in, and then decide, fuck this game, it's bullshit, I'm not playing it anymore. And then maybe come back to it, because that's exactly what happened with me. I came back to it. And since I've come back to it, I'm enjoying it so much more. But since having come back, I've totally changed my approach to it. And like, I'll start a game and say, okay, just remember, don't just think you can start the game by wanting to win. You gotta understand the deal, understand the RNG, not get butthurt about it. You know? And I mean, like, I've lost count how many games I've won in Blood Bowl just by being mentally stronger than my opponent. But Chemist, so mostly I play this Battle Brothers is, like, I'd say 80% of the time I play Battle Brothers. In order of favorite games, I would say it's Battle Brothers, XCOM 2. I play Mordheim as well. I love RimWorld. I've got too many games going on at the moment. And then Blood Bowl. So also kill teams. Oh yeah. But the thing is though, like, so my approach to the arsehole kill teams is like, I'll start my game with an APO, I'll play and do my best, but if I'm playing against, like, you know, a chaos team that has all 4 chaos warriors with Mighty Blow and Claw, I'll just play until I have to use the APO, and then depending on how many turns are left, I'll just give up. Because I mean, in open ladder, like, who cares? I'm not playing for the championship. If it's a competition, it's a different story, but you don't struggle with those bashy teams that get in competition because they don't have that much time to get that bashy. Like, we are doing we got 12 teams. It's a Bison round robin of 6 rounds, and then we're going into, then the top 8 lads will go through. And so, oh, whoopsie, don't damage the armor. Fuck, criticoi. What was I saying? Yeah, so in my first game I got 1 level up on a Beastman, and I've held the level up. I want to see who I'm up against in round 2, because in our league we've got a fair amount of dodgy teams, so I might want to hold on to that skill point for tackle. But at some point I'm going to finish my RimWorld playthrough. And I need to do some more Mordheim as well. My Skaven that I'm playing with on Mordheim are starting to get really good. Fuck it, break his shield. I've had enough of this nerd. Come on, one more little dagger stab and he's going to start panicking. Everyone's brave until they get a dagger in the guts. There you go. Die! Only a broken nose, not too bad. I'll never forget when I was brand new at Battle Brothers, like less than 100 hours. When I figured out that I could do this, it changed everything for me. And it always surprises me when I still encounter guys who are adamant that it's not fiscally or monetarily or, you know, worth it to do this. And I just could not disagree more. It's, of course, there is a point where if you take damage and get your lads killed, it's not worth it. But if you do it, you know, reasonably safely and reliably, it's just, there's no better way of getting weapons and armor. I mean, look at that. It's a free set of coat of plates, which I'm probably never going to use, but there it is. I can flog it for a lot of money. No level ups? There you go, look at your 19 fatigue. Lol, hello Darian. I like the look of the coat of scales though, it looks fucking great. But seriously, you come across guys who are like, nah, fuck it. They never surround and stab, which I can't wrap my head around. Anyways, that's not too bad. Oh, no, 19 hit points. Oof, bit of time off. Forest of the Roman. How low can we get his fatigue? Fucking low, I'll bet. 19. This dude is a decent mace fighter in the wings, but once he hits level 8, he'll go to the front line. Ugh, tired. I think that's it for me for tonight. This is those champion barbarians I didn't want to fight. Reavers and Chosen. No thanks. We are not quite there at the point where we can fight those Chosen. Also, I'm still suffering from a bit of PTSD from fighting those Chosen early on. Fuck. Don't surround us. Don't surround us. Don't surround us. Don't surround us. Okay. Gentlemen. What's up, Mazuma? I'm just finishing up, actually. It's a school night. Got to work tomorrow, unfortunately. Running away bravely. Emphasis on bravely. You lads might notice I'm not using the auto retreat feature. Whenever there's any sort of structure behind me or any sort of height disadvantage, I get ourselves I get my lads most of the way there. Then I'll auto retreat. I've had the AI get some of my guys killed by retreating in brain dead patterns. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jesus, look at these weapons. Run away! Am I going to stream tomorrow night? I might stream some RimWorld tomorrow night. We've done almost 3 hours of Battle Brothers tonight, and we did, geez, like almost 6 yesterday, so I should try to not do more than 7 hours of Battle Brothers a week anyway. Then the YouTube lads struggle to keep up. Should be good after this turn just to hit auto retreat. Fuck, that's scary. Look at those weapons. It's those two-handed cleavers that are fucking terrifying. But it's cool to know they exist. I want to see what the numbers are like, because then I can maybe think about building my own barbarian chosen who uses a two-handed cleaver. The two-handed cleaver well, I've used the crypt cleaver before. It's an odd weapon because I like its damage numbers, I like its bleed, of course. I like all that stuff. But the fundamental problem I have with the crypt cleaver or any two-handed cleaver is the fact that you don't get the AoE damage of the greatsword or the warhammer or the axe. And that's their main selling points of those weapons. And also, like, the bleed damage is bleed damage is weird because I would rate bleed damage higher. And I'm going to sound like a fucking broken record because you guys have heard this 1,000 times. But if your bleed damage was applied at the start of the next turn on the enemy, it would be so much stronger. Because, like, it's so fucking frustrating when, let's say you have one of these chosen who has 10 hit points left, he's going to bleed to death, but he can still attack with that weapon that turn. It's for reasons like that I mean, I've got my torture because I want at least one person to use a whip, but overall, great swords. I think of all the two-handed weapons, the two-handed warhammer is my favorite, and I think the two-handed greatsword is the best. Okay, what is this? Beasts are roaming this part. Okay, this hopefully is a spider hunt. Excellent. 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 Let's keep Hitting that money. Alright, friends, that's it for me for today, I'm afraid. It's 11 PM, I need to go to bed. Tomorrow night will be a chilled stream. We'll be doing RimWorld tomorrow night. Or maybe not, because if Frosty Towel... If I stream, it'll be RimWorld. If not, I'll be putting together the highlights package of round 1 of the Blood Bowl tournament. But that'll depend on whether Frosty and William Slayer... Okay, sweet. It looks like they might be able to play now. Awesome. Good. So hopefully tomorrow I'll be doing the highlights package for the Blood Bowl. If not, RimWorld. Wednesday, definitely... Well, I can't say definitely RimWorld, because if Wednesday I might want to play my Blood Bowl game. So it'll either be Blood Bowl or RimWorld. Thanks for watching, friends. See you in a day or two.